Hi everyone, thank you for clicking onto this video. At the moment I am back at my camp, so back at the Arctic tent, and today I'm going to be finishing off my A-frame build, so just putting a tarp on it and covering it up and sweeping out the inside, as I'm planning on staying the night in it tonight. So last night I actually did stay in my tent, and yeah, it was lovely being back. The warmer weather is definitely on its way. It's still dragging out a little bit. It did drop quite cold last night. I was also really fortunate to try out my new cot bed mattress that was kindly given to me by Jason. So thank you so much for that. Really appreciate it. The cot bed is alright normally, but it's not the comfiest. So with that mattress on, it was yeah, amazing. It's better than being at home, really. So I've got my gorse tea this morning. I thought I'd try it. I've never actually tried it. Every spring I try get round to it and I just never do. So first time, cheers. Yeah, different flavour to that. Yeah, that's really interesting, that. Very refreshing. It tastes a little bit like nettle tea actually. So what I'm going to do is drink my gorse tea, and then I'm going to make a start with my A-frame build. I was going to waterproof it naturally like I did with my lean-to, so just putting loads of layers of moss and fern and bracken onto the build, but with this I think it would be a lot easier to just put a tarp on it because it's quite on a slope, the sides, so I feel like a lot of the debris would just fall off. These glasses have come in so handy with this sunny weather that's been around recently, or off and on really, but they are really ideal, and I've never seen glasses with these side pieces for protection and blocking out the sun. So these are perfect for when you're woodworking and in the bright sun and mountaineering and canoeing, so I'll be using these a lot when I go on my trips. Previously, during a 2-week camp that I did a while back, I set up this structure with the help of my dad and started building this A-frame configuration. If you did watch my videos before, you'd have seen that I had a sort of cabin style lean-to shelter, and due to a lot of bad weather, rain, snow and storms, the shelter just didn't take it anymore. So I decided to build a much smaller shelter that was more upright instead of having a flat big surface area as a roof. So with this A-frame shelter I can have a much better runoff when it comes to rain and snow. Not like we get much snow here in the UK, but that was unusual. I've literally spent the last hour going around my camp area and clearing the ground because I had so many offcuts and so many bits of bark, so much bark everywhere. So I've literally cleared the whole floor really and been burning it on the fire. As I'm using the tarp that I had on my other shelter, I've put it onto here, and as you can see it doesn't fit. So I do have some other spare bits of tarp, so I'll probably put some pieces underneath and then put this over the top just so it looks a bit nicer, and it waterproofs the bottom of the shelter as well. You can see now how big the actual shelter is. It doesn't look really tall, but I think I'm 5'5" and I'm fitting under here with a lot of room. And I'll fit as well laying down. As you'll see later, I'll put my bed in here. I have just completed the front of putting the tarp on. I tacked it all, saw if it all was fitting nice, and then I've just finished that. And the sides, I did put the 2 pieces of tarp on the bottom because it didn't reach, like I mentioned earlier, and it's just started to rain. So I think soon I'm going to prepare my dinner and then cook it. The fire's been going pretty much all day, so I won't need to relight that. But you can see from a few shots that the back isn't all nailed down yet, so I need to do that still. I cannot stress enough how amazing this Castrom Safari neck knife has been for food prep and cutting my vegetables and things. Love using it and wearing it around my neck. I am currently searing the meat and the onions in there, and then I'll raise up my little duchy and add all the other ingredients. This is the Petromax FT3.
In the cold kitchen light, we both look for a sign, and we say these are troubles of mine. Very hard to break it up, coming under your skin. Don't know if we should stop or begin. 'Cause I was there by your side, with my eyes open wide, and I know that will always be true. There were no reasons why, guess all beauty must die. We try hard but we all so reckless, so reckless.
I have returned from my walk. It was lovely. Me and Buster went for this loop that's outside of this private woodland, and it goes round the other acreage, and it was really lovely. It was raining when we set off, but it's cleared up nicely now. I wanted to say a huge thank you to everyone for getting me to 100,000 subscribers. So I've recently hit that, and I was over the moon, absolutely just astounded to get that amount of subscribers. I said this a lot, but I never thought I'd get to this amount of following on YouTube. I just didn't think that it would go this far, and to my surprise, I've hit such a big milestone. I should be receiving my silver play button soon, which is just crazy, really nice. So thank you everyone who has supported me and has subscribed to my channel and that watches my videos and leaves really nice positive feedback and comments. And I guess to all the haters as well, really. Thanks for watching my videos and showing some sort of interest. Anyway, back to the positive note, I want to say just endless amount of thank yous to all my Patreons who I do list at the end of my videos. You'd have seen then in that angle that I have a camera there and I'm filming now. I was fortunate out of my Patreon money to buy another camera, which will really help me with videoing and getting different angles and yeah, just better content really, having different cameras. This one is really compact and small, so I was planning on taking it on hikes and lightweight trips and keeping my main bulky Canon for round camp, because it's got a massive bulky tripod and it's a big old camera, and it used to really weigh me down on backpacking trips and things, and I couldn't hold my arm out like this for very long either. So thank you to all my wonderful Patreons. I thought I'd treat myself for getting to 100k and get another camera. So I'm only staying the 2 nights this trip, and that's because I'm going home tomorrow to celebrate my 19th birthday. So that'll be really nice. And then hopefully be back up here again shortly. I really want to completely finish that shelter and kind of camouflage it. I was thinking about moss, but it will just slip and just, yeah, it won't stay upright. So I might get spruce boughs or something to cover it. For tonight's sleep system, I just have one of these foam roll mats from Jungle Leopard. I've had it years, and it does alright for like just short stays, I'd say. It's a good roll mat, it's lightweight, it has a lot of positives, but it does feel like you're on the ground sometimes. Just being straight. And I've got a bivvy bag with my sleeping bag in, and then I'm going to put this inside it. So that will be my sleep system for tonight. And hopefully we'll test it out. It's a good testing ground for it. Right, let's set it up now. You can get different qualities of these mats though. I know Thermarest sell these. And it does the job, it keeps you off the ground, sort of. Cheers John for this bivvy bag. This is the military bivvy bags. I think they're issued. And then I've got my Rab Ascent sleeping bag that I've had for years as well. And it recently got a Rab down wash, which has really revitalised the bag and made it nearly brand new. God, I nearly got a hot rock on it. Don't want that to happen. But yeah, this is my baby, this bag. Yeah, it means a lot to me. So that's why I got the wash done for it. It is probably about 8:30, so I'm going to get into my bag or just sit around the fire and read a book. I've been reading a book about a couple that canoe Alaska in the Brooks Range and then set up a cabin, so it's a very interesting read and it suits the environment. My aim is to try do a book a month. That is what the aim is at the minute. There's just so many interesting people and stories out there. I also wanted to mention there's been a lot of women messaging me and DMing me on Instagram and things, asking advice on solo camping. So I think it's quite a big thing at the minute. And so what I decided to do is write a blog post. I'm setting up a website, so I will publish that soon, and there will be a whole blog post on it on just what I do when I solo camp and advice and things and how to prepare for one. So I hope that helps for any of you that reached out and got in contact. I'm also done a blog post on the West Highland Way because a lot of people do ask about that, and the trail and what I packed and camp spots along the way and things. Fingers crossed this A-frame is waterproof and holds up. Morning. Gotta say, that was one very cold night. Got up at 5:30 this morning and my fire was still going, which was nice to see. I did try and put it to bed last night, which is where you cover the coals and the remaining log with ash and hope it stays alight all night. Melon, what are you doing? It's a good boy. Buster's just got out of bed. Rough night, was it, boy? Yeah, enjoying the club. Overall, that was a decent night. I enjoyed staying under here. It really mixes it up. Laying there last night, I was looking out at the stars. That was really nice. And seeing the fire flicking over. I woke up a few times, just being quite cold. Not really being insulated from underneath. And I stoked the fire once. But yeah, it was more like a survival challenge. It was more like a survival challenge at times than a nice camping trip. But we moved and yeah, learnt a lot from it as always, like each time, and really enjoyed myself.